I'm adjunct faculty here and teach in the RN BSN program and teach nursing leadership. I was an early baccalaureate graduate. I've been an RN since 1965 from Seton Hall University. When I did my graduate work, it was at University of Maryland in Baltimore, and my focus for that was psych mental health as a clinical nurse specialist. And my nursing career has been what I describe as checkered, because it's touched pretty much every aspect from clinical practice, administration, education, and including nursing regulation, because I was deputy director of the Board of Nursing for 12 years, amongst other things. So I came to Kramer when Dr. Lois Salmeron, who I've known for many years, we ran into each other at a luncheon, a professional luncheon, and she said, "Claire, we could use some help with leadership. Would you consider, coming and helping us?" I had thought I had retired from when I left the State Board of Nursing, but clearly that was not the case. And I have been here as an adjunct at Kramer since 2006. Given that my students are registered nurses who are coming back to school to get their bachelor's degree, I hear a lot from them about what their current challenges are. Plus, over my, now 52 years as a registered nurse, have seen many things change in the arena. But for nurses now, I think some of the key challenges that they have include 12-hour shifts, which are common practice in terms of how long one works. And I think the reality is that by the end of that 12 hours, one is not making their best decisions. There is increased patient acuity in virtually every setting that we're in, and those are the patients who really require our best decisions. There are staffing issues and staffing shortages where nurses are expected to do more with less, and that does not always come out well. And then I think one of the final big challenges is the overlay of a business plan into a healthcare system, because when it is not well done, then the results are not beneficial to patients, staff, or the organization. And so I think when nurses have resilience, it really helps them avoid burnout, which is an ongoing issue under those kinds of daily challenges that they face. It helps them avoid burnout. It helps them have the clarity to see where they do, in fact, have choices that they might not otherwise recognize. And resilience is not just getting by. Resilience is doing things in a way where you thrive. It also includes nurses then having the courage to speak up when there is a need, either on behalf of their patients or on behalf of themselves, and to speak up in a way in which they are heard by their supervisors and their administrators. Nurses can do a tremendous amount to create a culture of kindness within their workplace, and that would clearly benefit everyone within that environment, patients, staff, and the organization as a whole. Because when that is the prevailing attitude, then there's more satisfaction. Morale is better, and there's better retention. So I think that resilience can serve nurses in many ways, and those are just a few examples. Probably the big thing for me was an issue relating to clarity. I've practiced yoga and meditation for many years. I took my first yoga class in April of 2000, and it's been part of my life ever since, and I do it. It's a daily practice for me now. But the clarity by doing the 5 minutes as Diane outlined them daily, which gave us a little bit of different focus each day. And I was in the process of making an important decision around that time, and the that stillness, even those 5 minutes, allowed me to see and hear within myself what I did, in fact, want to do and how I wanted it to happen. And that came with a clarity and a calm that really made it actually a lot easier than I had anticipated that particular decision coming about. So, yeah, for me, and then also the reinforcement for the self-care. And especially as nurses, we need that. We tend to care for everybody and leave ourselves to last. And so, I liked that reinforcement for self-care. And one other thing about that, and you see, I can't say just one, that the one piece that I've really been using practically every day is, what am I willing to do to feel the way I want to feel? And that helps me structure how I approach things. Well, in terms of the pose, legs up the wall is by far my favorite practice. But I hadn't been doing it as often. And so once, it became one of the 30 days, I thought, oh, I'm back to really, really enjoying this. And then the other piece is the appreciation of silence, and the fact that when we are still within ourselves, we can get a lot more information. We are more observant, we are more aware, and those are the things that I really value. I will definitely keep practicing. I will keep practicing because it is an integral part of my life now, but that it also enables me to continue to grow and develop and see things through different perspectives, which I think is absolutely crucial for us today, that we don't just get wound up within our own little sphere. I will keep up my practice because it demonstrates the value of connectedness, the others who share practices, our ability to share what we do with others and perhaps help make their life a little bit better. So yes, I will definitely continue to practice. I think just that even though I've been practicing yoga and meditation for a long time, I really like the structure that Diane gave us. The one-day workshop was wonderful, and to be in a large group of people and having that kind of experience where Diane made it both experiential as well as giving us some, as educators, we need that theory piece. And so she gave us both of that. But I did not hear anything but very, very positive comments from people who attended for the day. And then having a 30-day practice where we had the text with, a 5-minute exercise or thought or whatever it was for that day, it kept us connected. It kept us connected to the practice, and it kept us connected to each other because we knew we were all doing it. And so that to me is very valuable, and I really appreciate how Diane structured it to make it so it wasn't like many workshops that we go to it and then we put the materials in the desk drawer and they never resurface. And this is something that, I believe the adage is it takes, about 3 weeks to establish a habit. And so Diane had us doing this for 30 days. And so hopefully everybody who participated has established this positive habit.